Friday night, Waterfront Hall in Belfast, live podcast, 2,000 people, me, Dave Elliott, Ciaran Bartlett and all the sippers. Let's go have tea with them. Rock up.
Well played. Cha-cha!
If you had a whip, it would be battery powered.
The sky remote in my crevice.
There goes the camel toe.
You're a bad boy.
What's happened to Dave?
Put your finger down.
Do you like surprises?
You fucking May Macbeth.
This is unbelievable. Sippers, welcome to this episode of the Tea With Me podcast with me, Shane Todd, back after my American dream, my American adventure, back in studio. Good to be here. Felt nostalgic when I walked in, burst into tears. Mike burst into tears. Dan burst into tears. It was a lovely time. And we're back doing episodes. Thank you to everyone who filled in doing the Friday live stream episodes. They were a lot of fun. I watched some of it when I was away and it just made me emotional and all proud and all that the podcast was continuing. But mummy is back. Your mummy's back home. I was away getting my tits done and I'm back home. And I'm never leaving again. I'll be touring extensively. Anyway, before we get into this episode, I'm so excited to be back. I'm giddy. Before I get back into this episode, let me plug Patreon. Patreon.com/Tea With Me podcast. Now, I'm not going to go on about what we do on there. It's the best Patreon in the world. We do the what do I call it again? The special brew on a Monday. You know that, even if I don't. I was doing episodes in America. You had episodes live from the United States of America. I did an episode at in Union Square in San Francisco, and then there was people who knew the podcast, and some people thought that was fake. I did an episode at a drive-through in In-N-Out Burger. It's almost like I was just doing them in places I was going to be anyway. I did one at Wrigley Field in Chicago, and how much did you guys hate the audio on that? Brutal. Oh, so brutal. I did an episode in Times Square, and that came out this week with Katie Boyle, Irish comedian. So continued all the pods when I was away. We do a live stream every Friday, plus our groundbreaking, earth shatter. My elbow fell. It came off the edge of the thing. Shut up, Kieran. Our episode of the live podcast from the Waterfront Hall is going to be this week. It's there now. How about that? On Patreon, live from the Waterfront Hall, 2,000 people watching the podcast. It's out now, mate. Not when this comes out. Sorry, Kieran doesn't know how time works. Shut up. With Ciaran Bartlett and David Elliott. It's a riot. It's a great time. There's a surprise in it. And also, I think it'll give you a sense of actually what being there at one of the live podcasts is like, in case we do one in the future. Again, somewhere slightly bigger, but still in Belfast. Where would you do that? I don't know. Dundonald Ice Bowl. Anyway, patreon.com/Tea With Me podcast. We are sponsored by a little company called NordVPN. What does that stand for? Vannies, PPs and nuts? No, it doesn't. It stands for Virtual Private Network. What the shit are you talking about? It's a service that protects your internet connection and privacy online, on the internet. It creates an encrypted tunnel for your data. Protects your online identity by hiding your IP address. Your IP address, where is it? It's just hiding. And it allows you to use public Wi-Fi spots safely. I used it in America on tour, according to this. Whenever I was in, what was it? Look, I was in America doing my first stand-up tour, buzzing, couldn't believe it. But what did I really want to do as soon as the shows were over? Did I want to go and do coke? No. What I wanted to do was go and watch Lesser Spotted Ulster in my hotel room. I wanted to see where Joe Mahon was taking us this week. And speaking of tunnels, it was a tunnel in fucking
Dungallen.
No, more niche. in Ochnacloy. Now the screen went off. This is easy, and I know this stuff anyway, but it's easy to use. You connect with one click, you enable auto connect for 0-click protection. I prefer 0 clicks, that sounds better. Hey Dan, stop making the screen go off. Anyway, NordVPN I can't see, there's nothing on the screen. NordVPN have a great deal for our listeners. You can get 1 month free. Dan, the screen's still not on. You can get 1 month free threat protection. You get a discount off your NordVPN plan. It's risk-free. You get a 30-day money-back guarantee. Basically, this is a way for you to be safe online. Hide your IP address. It's the fastest VPN out there. You can use it with Windows, Android, iOS, Mac, even Linux. And no one knows what that is. Your Android TV supports it. It's very easy to use. NordVPN.com/teawithme. It's risk-free, 30-day money-back guarantee. We'll put a link in there. Handy if you're traveling or if you're out and about, using Wi-Fi in Starbucks because you're writing a film or something like that. That's specific. We're also sponsored by Manscaped. Now, whenever I was away, you know a little thing about me, a quirk about me. Whenever I go away, I like to go to beaches fully nude. You know that, even if it's not a nudist beach. You know that. And the compliments I was getting in San Francisco, LA, Chicago, Washington DC and New York was that I had a very smooth groin. That was said multiple times. That's what they were calling me out there, smooth groin. And I was saying to people, they were like, what the hell is this? Are you a young child? And I said, no, it's manscaped.com. It's the best in men's below the belt grooming technology. We've just had Halloween, or is it coming up? It's coming up. If you offered me $6,000 and said when is Halloween, can never tell. They change it every year, don't they?
Yeah.
It's one of the. Do they? Why do they? Oh. Look, for Halloween, don't give your partner a fright, or do. If you're a real bushy out of shape down there guy, shape up a wee bit. Then on Halloween night, go, do you want to see something scary?
Do you want me to put the willies up you?
And debag yourself. And then go, whoa! And she'll be like, what the hell? Whoa, look at you. Manscaped.com. They've got the Lawnmower 4.0. They've got ball deodorant, ball cleanser, ball wipes. They've got cologne. They've got pants. New platinum package? We'll get into that another time. We'll don't bring it up now then. Manscaped.com. Use the code TWithMe for 20% off and free shipping. Now, I am delighted to say I'm going to take this body warmer off. When do you think the shift happened, the cultural shift between body warmer becoming known as a gilet?
I think that's a very
2019.
It's a recent thing. I'll always call it a body warmer. I don't like the word gilet.
Okay.
Although I like when I see it written down because I can pretend that it's called a gilet.
Yes.
Which sounds more
medieval.
Just sounds more like
forceful. And you think gilet is soft?
Gilet sounds like something you should eat, but a gilet sounds like something you should wear against the elements. Do
you look like if you were around in medieval times, you would eat gillets. You know what I mean? You could always like you're a king who like doesn't care about his people, and they're like, where is the king, and it's always easy feasting on gillets.
Genuinely speaking of medieval times, I did a shit this morning that was like firing out a fucking broadsword. Like I actually was gonna talk about it. I was waiting on you saying to me, how are you? And I was gonna say I'm upset about a bad fecal episode that I had this morning. But yeah, it was like shitting out a fucking katana. It was awful.
My guest is a lovely man who has been touring recently. He's done his first tour.
My first tour.
He goes by the name Ciaran Malachy Gerard Bartlett. Right or wrong?
Right.
He enjoys comic books, right or wrong?
Right.
He will travel cross country for a jambon, right or wrong?
Not for a jambon. For the right French fancy.
Right. Ladies and gentlemen, my guest is fancy. He's Ciaran Bartlett.
Hiya. How's it going?
Mate, it's great to see you. I've
Likewise.
missed you so much. We've been what are we like? We're touring around the world. We're all over the place.
It's a wee bit sad to be doing it at the same time though, because we don't get to,
I know.
you know, kiss each other or anything. But no, we don't get to.
You'd freak out if I kiss. Can I kiss you?
No.
There you go.
We don't.
For Halloween?
I've seen your show, but I don't think you haven't seen mine. Sure.
No, and I'm
I know
on tour.
you're literally away, like on all the good dates.
Aww.
It's a wee bit sad.
How'd you find doing a tour? Do you enjoy it, mate?
Great,
Traveling
yeah.
around and all?
Yeah, because I was literally like, I was really sick in Bangor at the show.
Yeah, can you... So I heard this story from Aaron Butler,
Right.
who made himself sound like a hero.
He was a hero.
Was he?
He was a
Right.
hero. So so the Sydenham bypass was closed, so it took us to the ultimate Westlink horror, right? Because you're sitting on the Westlink forever, just to sit at the Sydenham bypass forever. It took us 2 hours to get to Bangor from our house, right? Should take about 25 minutes, so it was absolutely brutal. And then there was a great deal of thumping of seats in the car and going
why?
Going like,
Hopefully
why
you did
have
that
they
in the
not
lay-by.
announced this? And things like that. And then we got there, and it was the day before my birthday, that show. So Chloe had booked us to go to a lovely restaurant in Bangor, name of Joxer, right? So anyway, we get, and I start feeling quite sick, like coming into all I'd eaten that day, genuinely.
Guilt.
A salad.
Right.
A wee Gilet salad, right?
Salad.
A Gilet
Dan named
salad.
the
Right?
episode right then.
And all I had that day was a salad, and I get in. I know, and you would think I would be punished on days when I've been bold, you know what I mean? But I had behaved so good this day.
Can I just say, I just picture you late at night eating, saying, I'm bold. And then you giggle like a wee geisha. As you put Doogie's goodies down your throat.
Being a wee bold boy, having a double cheese at 11:45, right? So I we're trying.
And for some reason, in a t-shirt and jumper, but nothing on your bottom half. And I think you say, Ciaran likes to eat like this.
It's a good way to get vinegar on your chips. So anyway, we're coming in towards Bangor.
Can I actually genuinely ask you, when was the last time you ate naked? Or have you eaten naked?
Oh, that wouldn't be for me. I genuinely wouldn't be for me. Crumbs and all.
Yeah.
And mate, if you get crumbs in any of my crevices, like,
They're not
fuck knows what that's gonna be like. So we're coming in. You know that weird bit when you're coming in towards Bangor, and there's like some weird chippies, but also like a tattoo place on your right.
Yeah.
So we're coming in towards there, and I start feeling like really sick. You know, like, you know you're gonna boke, and I was going, this never happens to me. Like because you know, like when you used to be pound and drink, that like it would, you know, like if you were going out getting lashed all the time, you might be sick.
Yeah.
So it might be like.
Well, hold on. Why you turn into like a real like club rep in Magaluf?
No, but
you know when you pounded it, yeah.
No, but you know, like when you know when you would have gone out maybe, and like you maybe would have had like a load of pints.
Yes.
You're gonna do a wee boke.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
So you'd like look back and go, when was the last time I was sick? A few weeks ago, or a month, or 2 months ago. I was looking back going, when was the last time I boked? It's like a few years.
Mine was the last time I drank.
So it's like a few years. So I was going, fuck, right?
You haven't boked in a few years?
I hadn't, right? And I was going, this is mental. And we're like driving in, and I go to Chloe, do you know, I'm not feeling well. I'm starting to get all like hot and annoyed. I know, right?
What age are you?
I know, right?
I'm going to be sick. I'm hot and annoyed.
This was just after you got me, by the way. Literally just after the helicopter thing.
That probably set your nerves away.
I know, right? So I was like, we're driving in. I say to her, goes, I'm feeling like I'm gonna be sick. And she goes, really? Yeah. And she's like, well, sure, we'll get round to the venue, and you know, just go if you need to be sick, just go be sick. I got out of the car, booked in the street, which was great. Went round the corner, booked.
Was it a little dignified one, or
no? It was like violent sickness, like proper projectile booking. Like, I mean, I got out of the car, and I'm just gonna go blah, right, like stinking. Walked over behind the venue, booked there. Felt awful. Went in, did a sound check, booked again, left. Went round to Joxer where they were being lovely, and they had put out like starters and all for us on the house. Lovely. Couldn't eat anything. Went up to the bog, wrecked it, left, like booked, like left. Got round the gig. I phoned I phoned Dom from Shine. He was
Yeah.
like, mate, I am like properly sick here. And he was like, well, you know, the show starts in half an hour, so suck it up, right? And I was like, well, yeah, fair enough. And I says, what'll it do though if I need to be sick during the show? And he goes, well, it probably won't happen, but if it does, say, who's your support? And I went to Aaron Butler, and he goes, say to Aaron to be ready to come
Be
on.
sick in his mouth.
Have another 10 to come
I
on.
would make him regurgitate like a wee. I'd regurgitate in his mouth like a wee.
You
baby
be ready
bird.
to boke in front of people for me to cover the sound of me boking it. No, anyway, so I was
So
like,
hold on. By the way, I like obviously maybe I'm being a hypocrite because my America tour was rescheduled from being sick, but I never cancel shows. If I was in your situation, like the second I stepped out of the car and was sick, there'd be no show.
I know, right?
And
So-
I don't think that's. I think there'd be people like you. Obviously, you're putting people out, and that's our biggest fear. Someone messages you like, "I got a babysitter for tonight," or got my
I
shift
thought because
covered.
it was such late notice that I went, I'll do tonight and I'll worry about, because I had Dublin the next night, so I was
Yeah.
going, I'll worry about Dublin
Yeah,
after this.
because part of you is like you also want to give them the best show possible.
Right. So I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm literally sitting there, and I started the rally. I had a panna cotta and Joxer, and I started the rally. Right, and I started the rally, and I'm thinking, I couldn't possibly book again. So I'm feeling, and Aaron's on. I watch Aaron. He does great. I go on. Things are going swimmingly. Now I'm feeling, I would say, very hot and annoyed. Right, I was upset. I did tell people at the start of the show. I was like, by the way,
Yeah,
should I need to run off and wreck that bog, I'm going to.
right.
And they were like, because there's a toilet literally to the right of the stage. And some people, I was going, this is not part of the show. I was like, here's your
Yeah.
choices. I do the show and I'm about 5% down energy wise, or there's no show and your babysitters and all the things, all the fuss you've made getting ready to come out for a night out.
Yeah.
Because for whatever reason, mate, Bangor are my people. They love it.
Oh,
They
crowds.
they love it, right?
Like see that open house.
Yeah.
Always brilliant crowds.
They love it. Like,
There
so I was-
there should be a regular comedy club there, but anyway.
I couldn't believe it, right? So I was like, I have to do the show. So I said to them, and I'm like, he's up for it, and they're all fully up for it, and they're pumped. And I start doing the show, and I literally did do about half an hour, and I was doing this bit, and I sort of got right towards the end of this bit, and I just went, I'm gonna be fully sick now. And I just went, Aaron, and he ran onto the stage and took the mic and was like, way, and everybody started clapping, and I just paced off into the bog, boke. A couple of guys come in to go for a piss, and they're all very much like, oh mate, are you okay? And all very nice.
Oh, are you in the? You're.
I'm in the cubicle, and they're in the.
Oh,
at the
I feel
at the
all
trough,
vulnerable and all.
and
They're at the.
the trough, you know, the bit.
Karen, just to let you know, you're not supposed to eat out of that.
No, but you know,
They're
it's
not
like
sweeties. That's
I know,
not.
it's-
You know they're not
It's not bits
sweeties.
of pineapple. We pineapple page cakes, and there's the name of the fucking episode there.
Something you drive the Doogie's goodies for.
So like I'm literally in there, and to be fair to these two guys, they were both going, mate, don't worry, like everybody, we've all had a night and all, don't worry. But coming back, oh no, it's grand. I went, no, but I'll be back out in a minute. Bah! Right, poke. And then I just went, right, here, man up, suit up, get back out there. A wee bit of poke on my trousers, what am I going to do, right? I mean, the grimmest, you hate that. So grim. I clean it off, but still there. And then,
Mr. Bean.
I know, mate, it was awful. Like, and I mean, I do mean this when I said the most violent poking I've ever done in my life. Like, it was
Right.
awful, right?
Right.
Like, I was sore. Like, I felt like my ribs were wounded, like, for days, right? Anyway, so I do loads more poke, and then I come back out and literally just go straight back in, straight
Right.
into the joke where
Yeah.
it left off. And when it came back out, everybody cheered. They all loved it. Everybody cheering Aaron. And then I managed to get through to the end of the show.
Brilliant.
And then normally I would stick around for photos and all.
Yeah.
But I just went, I'm so roasting.
Oh yeah.
And because I was singing, my mouth had gone really horribly dry during the last song. And because I had no liquids left in me, like, and so I just basically ran outside
To get a panna
and
cotta.
down the hill to the car, and I had a fresh panna cotta waiting on me. And
You're like, why do I keep being sick? You're 7 panna cotta today. Also, can I let you know something?
well,
I don't know what a panna cotta is.
really, it's it's the one that it's meant to have the jiggle, like you shake the
is it
plate.
like
It's
a-
supposed to go
Flambe?
like a
Is it a dessert?
no flambe means you flame it.
Is it
Like
a
a-
dessert?
like a-
is it
a
is it
blancmange?
panna cotta a dessert?
Yeah, it's like a wee
I thought he played for Barcelona.
It's like a wee cream thing. It's like a wee
creme
custard
brulee.
thing. It's not on like a creme brulee,
Same
but
family as.
I would say yeah, but it has sometimes you put gelatin in it. And it makes
And
it.
so you were feeling sick all day, and then you had one of those.
I thought, what can I have off this menu that'll settle me? A panna cotta, something creamy.
Ah,
That was
yeah,
the wrong choice.
because something creamy and rich
Well,
like
you know,
that.
like if you have what do you do if you have like a sore? You put cream on it. So I thought I'll
put panna
cream-
cotta on it?
I'll put cream in it.
I just
um,
picture you rubbing panna cotta into your sores. But you did the gig. I respect that.
It was crazy. And then I saw somebody, where was it doing something? And somebody said to me, they were at that Bangor gig and they were like, mate,
Trooper.
you're a fucking trooper, yeah. I can't remember where it was. It might have just been in my dreams.
It is that. I think you're right. I think I probably would. If you're half an hour away from the show, you can't
I
cancel.
was
Then
sitting in the bog in Joxer.
That
We're starting
day-
a show in half an hour.
you can pull it. But
Yeah, on the night, like people have already left the house.
Yeah.
They're literally, the doors are open. They're already in the venue.
yeah, because
I think-
like the America one haunted me, like
Mm,
because it was there.
yeah.
And there was a girl who was supposed to go to the San Francisco show and commented under the thing being like, I can't get a refund from the venue, and that like kept me up at night.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'll transfer you whatever it was, and then I had to find that post again, find that comment, and when I went back to San Francisco, made sure she got to the like,
Yeah,
did
yeah.
you get into the show okay and stuff, and then like I was able to like relax
no, it
after
is.
that.
It's so
It's a
melting.
horrible feeling, like because you appreciate so much that anyone would come to any
Yeah,
of your
exactly.
shows.
Yeah. So like,
Yeah.
I hated that. And then Dublin, because we pulled Dublin, we had to resell Dublin. But pretty much everybody kept their tickets.
Yeah,
which was
people
great.
will. People are used to that more now,
Aye.
holding on to tickets for reschedule type things.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you this: what's your level of comfort when you're touring? Like, are you at the level like hotel wise you want? No.
No, because I'm still doing small rooms.
Yeah.
So I can't really afford luxury.
The good life.
Yeah, so I think
By the way, I think even when you're doing bigger rooms, you don't get away from that. I think it's very difficult to go, oh, I'm going to stay there. You still are in that mindset of, I need to stay somewhere
near
nice,
the venue.
near the venue and not that dear.
Yeah. So that's what we've been. That's what we were doing. Now the one in Glasgow was sort of like it felt like, you know, hotels you would get near an airport.
Yeah.
It felt like a sort of place where a lot of people turn in and out of here, and it's just a bit 20 years ago was the feeling it, but it was nice.
We bit seedy.
It wasn't even seedy. It just felt like an older hotel. It just felt a wee bit old fashioned, and it was fine. The one in London was like in a big old townhouse, a boutique hotel.
I don't like them.
And I'll say this, they didn't have a fucking lift, and we were on. And when I say a top
Second floor.
no, this was like fuck off. This was like it was 2 flights per floor.
Right.
There's no need for ceilings like this.
Get you.
And we're on the 5th floor.
I love that you have a problem and you're personally offended by the ceilings in
There
London.
was no need for the height. Like, I'm just sitting there going, get more floors in here. Get a fucking lift. Like, mate, oh my God.
All you want is the building to be restructured for your arrival.
I want a lift.
Right.
This was a travesty, this wee place. Because
That was the name of it.
every time you got up on what you thought was the top floor, then you realise, oh no, there's a weird wee staircase then.
Like in remember Homer in The Simpsons has to climb the mountain?
Yeah.
And he's like, that one, and then he looks to the right and it's bigger.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Then again, it's bigger.
It was
I love that.
grim, right? And so we finally get up to the top and carried all the stuff up, and I was like, and then you couldn't park in the street outside because it's a private street, so you had to go and park somewhere else. And I just said to Chloe and William, I was like, "You'sin's going to do that. I'm not. See, I'm stairs. I'm not doing them again in the next half an hour. Like, I'm not doing it." and they left.
It's not Everest.
And then no, it literally may as well have been Everest, right? And then I needed a shit, and I was glad that they left because it was one of them ones that had been sitting in me all day, right? Because we drove from fucking Carlisle to London that day. Anyway, don't even fucking start me about Carlisle. And then
Trust me, I won't.
no, and then we got so I went to go for shit, and when I say this, the wee bog beside the bath in this bathroom, you couldn't have passed a page between it and the toilet, right between the bath and the toilet. So for me to try to
please tell me you didn't shit with your feet in the bath.
No, I didn't. I didn't. But I couldn't. And I mean, I think I'm a much slimmer person than me, but say bigger than you, would have struggled. Like nearly every comedian we know couldn't have shit in this toilet,
right?
Because you would just wedge yourself in, and you would actually still be just hovering above the bog.
Yeah.
So it was horrific.
So you went in the bath.
There was a bog. There was a public bog. Again, this is great banter. Like 5 flights down, I saw it. And I was like, I should have just stopped there ages ago. So I had to run down the stairs, wreck in there, and then go back up another 5 flights. It was...
For some reason, I'm picturing you doing this with a Sherpa.
I should have had a fucking... Well, William, but like, I mean, I should have had something. It was horrific. And see the guy that like checked us in.
That's why I don't like... See these boutique hotels? They have an idea. They have delusions of grandeur because they're like, we're one of one. Our hotel, this is a specialist hotel. When you go to a chain, they don't give a fuck.
No, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
but
in
see,
a
in
good
a
way.
chain though, do you know what they would have? A lift, and then also, see this guy?
Yeah.
Snippy wee guy. And when he literally looked at us, looked at our bags, and went, "You've got some stairs." I was like, "You've got the mark of death on you now, you can't." Like, oh, raging. In Carlisle, though, I'll be really brief. In Carlisle, we had a hotel where the room didn't have a lock on the door.
Why were you staying in Carlisle?
Because we drove from Glasgow to Carlisle to shave a couple of hours off the drive from Glasgow to London.
Oh,
Don't even talk to me again about the route of this tour, by the way.
Right.
And then we so in Glasgow, like windows that wouldn't close, a door with no lock outside those windows, a kebab shop that there was a row outside it at about 2 a.m. Then guys started racing their bikes. And then at 6, construction started. So it was great.
Now, do you know about planes?
I know about them.
Yeah.
I've seen some, yeah.
Right. You know you can take them over.
Wow.
You can just fly direct into the place, the city that you're going.
Carbon footprint on my tour was
because you're talking about your tour like people talk about Vietnam.
No, I had a great time. Please don't get me wrong.
No. I know you did with the shows, but with the travel.
No, but I had a great time with most of the travel as well. I would say travel moments that I didn't enjoy. Hated Carlisle, and I'll never be back. I hated it. Everything else, I think I had a good time.
Now let me.
The drives were long.
Because see some of the shit.
And I was making script changes.
Oh, okay.
On the boat, on the way home, and in the car, and fucking everywhere.
Man, see the Beverly Hills Marriott. It was almost too
It was too nice.
The room was too big. And I was fucking knackered by the time I got.
Did you stay there?
Yeah.
And you're like. Do you know why? At the level.
So here's
I don't
why.
know if I'm at the level.
I'm not at the level, but here's why.
The
hotel, the clubs cover your hotel.
Oh right.
Bar LA. So the only one I had to pay for was LA. So I was like, I'm
enjoyable.
gonna stay somewhere nice. Otherwise, it would have been, what do you call Hampton? Is that the? I'm at that level. You know, like it's like
Hampton
an offshoot
hotels?
of the Hilton.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
called Hampton.
Yeah. Is it an offshoot of the Hilton, an offshoot that goes up the way, or an offshoot?
Offshoot that goes down.
Right. Okay.
Offshoot that goes down. There's one in Belfast.
Like a Holiday Inn Express.
Exactly.
Do you know what I like? See Holiday Inns.
Yeah.
I've rarely been let down by the Holiday Inn. I'm actually a member. I'm actually a member of IHG International Hotel Group. I'm a gold member.
You said that like it's a club, like you have there's a big vetting process, and they might not let you in.
No, but see, do you know it's a gag?
It's not meant.
We were staying in the Mid-America that time.
Yeah.
So I'm like a gold member now for life because I used it so much in a year, right? And they give you free nights. Like if you do like a load of nights, they'll give you a free one, right? And you build up points, and you get like food and all with the points, right? But whenever if I ring them to make a reservation, they thank me for being a gold member, and I'm just like, I fucking love this. Like, Great. I love being thanked.
Ciaran Bartlett is gold, remember?
I know, yeah. Oh, that's a keeper. Yeah, unbelievable. Yeah, I love it.
See, at the time, the Austin Powers movies were maybe
Incredible.
the funniest films.
They're still funny now.
I watched one recently and was like, nah.
They're still funny, but they're not. You're not murdering yourself laughing.
Because there was nothing like that before.
No.
They were the
one of the
first
best
Austin Powers
spoofs. Like no, they don't make spoofs of any kind anymore.
No.
Like Leslie Nielsen, like Naked Gun and Police Squad, or fucking Police Squad is better, I think.
Right.
Just a TV show because it's like a half hour.
Airplane.
Airplane. Spaceballs. Did you ever see that? The Mel Brooks one, with Bill Pullman, John Candy.
No.
It's like a rip off of Star Wars, like a spoof of Star Wars.
Good.
Very funny. Yeah, real funny. Like.
Let me ask you. I see the odd thing about the political situation in the UK, and I'm not a news guy.
No.
Right? You know that I don't like look about that kind of thing because it hurts your head. Like there's too much.
Hurts your head.
There's too much. There's too much to keep up with.
Yeah, no, there is.
Oh yeah, learn about this guy, and then he's away.
Yeah.
So there's no point. And once you hit about 30, you don't need to just go with what you have knowledge-wise.
Yeah.
There's no point. That cracks me up. People are in their 60s. I'm doing a degree. Don't. Sit in the garden. Chill out. Don't. I'm reading. Nerd. I have seen that when I saw that that Liz Truss is gone, that made me think of you because you're the person who would be in the knowledge about that kind of thing, opinionated, would have an idea for what needs to happen, and that's what I'm asking you. You're the guy I go to.
What needs to happen?
That's the guy.
General election.
That's a guy Downing Street should be going to.
Yeah, they should ring me up.
They go.
They never will.
Because there's a cost of living crisis. There's an energy crisis.
There's now a mortgage crisis thanks to Liz Truss's wee tryst with power there. Yeah.
Right. So
that was great. Write that down. Liz Truss's tryst with power. Somebody.
How do we fix it?
They need to have a general election, in my opinion.
But what about people going? It's going to be just another suit. Nothing's going to change. Ciaran, here's what I'm saying.
It needs a change of government. Well, it's always going to be a suit. Like, I mean, unless you get out on the streets, it's going to be a suit.
No, I don't think they should.
You don't think what?
They should keep wearing suits.
What do you mean? It should be a tracksuit?
Well, yeah, just more casual clothing.
Well,
same with football managers. Used to always wear suits.
I know, and now you see some of them in a wee tracksuit.
Wee Pep, wee sweater.
He likes a wee cardi, doesn't he?
Yep.
Pep, yeah.
So genuinely, what do they do?
A general election,
right?
There needs to be. The Tories won't call a general. They're unlikely to call a general election or vote for
in case the others get in.
Well, yeah.
So then, why would you call it?
Because,
I see their point.
Because they should be putting the interests of the country before themselves.
I know, but you know what that's like? It's like if your wife and kids don't love you, and then you can do this thing where you throw it open to like your kids having a new dad and your wife having a new husband, and they're calling for it, you'd be like, no.
But occasionally,
I want to stay in this house.
Let me see what I'm trying to hit. There's a movie that's coming to mind where a guy,
Space Jam,
where a guy basically goes, You're a better dad for them than I was. You know what I mean?
Oh.
I think that actually happens in the book, Heat 2, that I just read. Don't even start me. It's amazing. But anyway,
trust me.
They should be putting the interests of the country before the interests of themselves or their party.
Right.
Because they should be looking around. I mean, without wanting to get into too much detail here,
please don't.
They are running out of cunts. Like, they have no people left.
Right.
I mean, that was they were scraping the floor underneath the barrel, and they got Liz Truss, and she fucked it in 7 days. Like, so somebody did a thing where they were like, she came to power on this date, tanked the economy on that date, minus the 10 days in the middle for the Queen's funeral. She was in power for 7 days and fucked it. Like, I mean, there's no. See all that? People were literally going. It would be like going to somebody in a kitchen or something, going, don't put your hand, by the way, onto the gas because it'll burn your hand. And Liz Truss is going, and they're going, don't do it. You're going to burn your hand. It'll cost us all money to fix your hand. People's mortgages will go up if you burn your hand. She's going, Like that's, and then she burnt her hand, and then blamed it on this bastard who she made chancellor. It was like she then turns around to your mate and goes, "You burnt my hand," and he goes, "Well, actually, no. I met my old boss yesterday, and he bet against you burning your hand, or he bet you were going to burn your hand and made millions." And so I'm resigning. They have made millions, by the way, out of what they've done in 45 days. I mean, on 44 days, was it? 45, 40, whatever. I mean, 1.5 periods. That's how long they've been in power. And it's fucking, like, I mean, seriously, see, true story. People go, "Oh, doesn't affect you." It fucking does. See, whenever you look at the petrol prices, whenever you're wondering why you're paying, you get £49 on your gas card. I said to the guy in Creighton's the other day, I went, "Is 49 still the maximum you can put on this?" And he goes, "Yeah, but obviously you get less units for it now." And I went, "Aye." And I goes, but 49 is still the most I can put on at one time. And he goes, "Yeah." And I went, "Cheers, Tories." And he went, and I'm like, you know I get less units now, but you don't know why. Like, it's them. It's fucking them. And like, I'm not saying that I think too much of the Labour Party, but fuck me, a change would do you good. Sheryl Crow, right?
If that's who you think should
Sheryl
be PM.
Sheryl Crow. It's maddening though to watch so how does it affect me? I phoned somebody about getting a mortgage about 6 weeks ago, and they were like, "Yeah, we'll do a bit more, a longer chat where you give us some details." But she said most of the mortgages are sitting at about 4.5%. I went, "Right, no problem." It's already up at like 6.5%, 7% now. Now that might not sound like a lot, but that is about maybe £500-600 a month.
Yeah.
On what your mortgage is.
Yeah.
And I'm going, "Well, I can't fucking get one then."
Yep. Yeah.
Cheers, Tories. Did you just make millions fucking the rest of us over? Yes.
Now I hear there's well-priced properties in Carlisle.
There's a great hotel in Carlisle, Shane. The windows don't even close. You don't even need them to close. You want to hear the construction at 6 a.m. It's like having the cock crowing outside your window. Except it's in your Malach drill.
I think it's I see, like, if you've a cost of living crisis, right, and prices are all up, when do prices ever go down?
We are being squeezed purple. Like, I mean, there's no, everyone is.
Yeah.
Everyone is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a great time to announce shows, but
But the thing is, you don't really hear anything anymore that's going on here. So
that's
is everything
because
sweet here?
No, there's no government here.
Oh, right.
So we should, if we talk about that now, we could be here all day.
Now, what's going on? How come?
So DUP won't allow the executive to form because of the NI protocol. So, well, that's what they're saying. That's what they're saying they're doing.
Right.
My view would be that they don't want to sit in second position to another party. Controversial.
Now, how do we fix it?
Have another election, and if actually, what you would need to do here is change some of the ways that the executive is set up, because it was set up in such a way through the agreement that there's specific rules about how it has to be done so that no community can be marginalised. But like, if people won't take their seats in the executive, and they're the main parties, then no executive forms.
But do you think it's too late? Because a lot of people would argue that Goths have been marginalised.
Well, I would say that as a former Goth, I was never really a Goth actually. I was more of a I was somewhere between a Goth
An emo?
and an emo. Yeah,
right.
a gemo. And
what was your peak emo? What age would you have been peak emo phase?
18 probably.
And
18 or 19.
Emos, would it be right in saying Goths would be angrier, whereas emos are more chilled out?
Emos were more...
That angst?
Emos were more in touch with their emotions and looking out across Belfast Lock and going, "Oh man," you know?
Yeah.
With a bit of fucking...
I didn't like the emo fashion.
I did.
I liked skater fashion. I wasn't a skater, but I liked the fashion.
Some of the emo fashion I enjoyed. I enjoyed wearing nice shirts at that time. I would have had like a nice shirt and maybe like a wee sad black jumper, you know. And
and like your hair covering your eyes. What's a number one like emo band? What would like back? What was the
Taking Back Sunday, Funeral for a Friend, 3 Days Grace.
Do you know what band and what album cut across
My Chemical Romance.
all
sorry, go ahead.
groups. I mean, the album that cut across emos, goths, spides,
I have two in mind. But
everybody.
it might be going back a bit earlier.
It probably would be slightly earlier than that. Go ahead.
Limp Bizkit or Linkin Park.
Linkin Park, Hybrid Theory.
Hybrid Theory.
See, for about a week when that came out, there was peace in the
There was
streets.
peace. There was peace.
The Troubles literally stopped
Yeah,
when
yeah.
that came out. Everyone was listening to Crawling.
Yeah, Linkin Park.
Because Smix, like, I got caught Smix off guard.
I know,
They were getting ready to beat people up for that album.
I
and they heard it.
remember.
These wounds they will not heal, and they did. They healed for a week here, and that's what they need over in Downing Street. They need a re-release of the Hybrid Theory.
Oh, fucking brilliant! I remember that album.
Now the promo tour won't be as extensive.
I remember that album being just epic. But also, do
brilliant.
you remember Chocolate Starfish, Hot Dog Flavored Water? Was another.
Oh,
but
I nearly had that
possibly
album.
Not to the
I
extent.
nearly had that album.
Really?
What happened was, because albums back then were about $15.99
Yeah, I was
for
there.
a CD,
I was there. Like, yep.
and I think I'd already spent my pocket money. I was about.
Especially those big
12?
American ones were
Yeah.
they always threw a few pound on that. Craig David you could get for fucking $9.99 our price. Like,
Oh, why?
Yeah.
I was about 12 when I think roughly when that Limp Bizkit album came out,
Mm.
and there was a guy in school called Jamie who had the album, and he was bringing it in on a portable CD player, and I'd spent my pocket money that on poppers or fucking whatever. So I wanted that album, and I remember making shortbread at a youth club, right? Because it was a fucking nut, and that was wild, right?
Shortbread at a youth club also sounds like an emo song, by the way. Yeah.
And I brought some into school the next day because it was like it, you know, I was dishing a wee bit out.
Yeah.
You know, he takes a bite of it. This guy Jamie never tastes anything like it. He's enamoured with my shortbread. So I say, listen, I've got loads more of that at the house. What about I bring you in, and in a direct quote, a big fuck off bag of shortbread, and you give me that album? And he goes, deal. So the next day, I bring him in. I swear to God, like a duffel bag. It looked like, you know, when the police find drugs.
Yeah.
It was that of shortbread, and I bring it over to him. We do the deal, hand over the CD. I can't believe it. About 3 days later, he's like, I go, "You got shortbread?" He's like, "Yeah, where's the album?" I was like, "What do you mean?" He goes, "I was only going to lend it to you." I was like, you don't, for a fuck off bag of shortbread,
Yeah.
you don't lend someone. So I didn't lend
Yeah,
you
you
the
don't lend
shortbread.
somebody
So I had to
shortbread, yeah.
reluctantly give it back, which I hated. So as
Great
a
album.
protest, I've never bought the album.
Life in the Fast Lane, big tune off it.
Don't know that
Life
one.
in the Fast
I
Lane.
bought,
I'm a crazy motherfucker.
A Kid Rock album for 99p with American Badass on it at a CD fair at Queen's Leisure
Great
Centre in
times.
Hollywood.
Great times.
American Badass.
American Badass was good.
Great.
Didn't he do a big cover? What was his big cover?
All summer long. It was a sample with...
With a sample of Sweet Home Alabama,
Yeah.
wasn't it? Yeah.
And it was undeniably good.
It was good, but
'Cause
you were like,
Yeah.
fuck, I don't like that guy.
What are songs like that you go, oh, everybody likes this, and it's easy, but you can't deny it's a really good song? Or an artist you're kind of, you wish you weren't into?
There's definitely more songs like this. This is a good.
You know what I
show.
mean? Like,
Songs that you
I'll give you one. Cardi Rae Jepsen, Call Me Maybe. It's a belter of a song.
Do you like that?
It's a belter of a song, and the reason you should hate it is because they specifically made it as, like, scientifically as like a catchy pop song.
Oh, really?
Like they explored formulas, and they were like, this is what we think a perfect pop song should sound like, and it is perfect pop
I would
song.
feel this way
Oil
about-
City Fireflies. You would not believe your
Yeah.
eyes. 10 million fireflies. It's a shit song.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
unreal.
I would say this about a lot of Katy Perry music.
Yeah.
She has a few bangers. Kiss the Girl, banger.
Yeah.
I
and
don't mean
Cold.
Kiss the Girl, comma, banger.
Hot and Cold.
Hot and Cold, Firework.
Oh.
Firework is a big tune.
There was one with Kanye West.
Robbie Williams is in this group for me as well. When I hear Angels, I'm like,
Oh, mate, she's
fuck
the
me.
one.
Oh, she's the one. Like, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Robbie.
Even those
what happened to him?
drugs, I think. I mean, last time, God help him. Like last time I seen him, God help him with his millions. God help him though. I seen him on. He was doing one of those.
On Castle Street.
He was doing one of those. Yeah. He was doing one of those sock stands on Castle Street. No, he was doing one of those BBC New Year's concerts, and he looks like he's seen some shit, you know.
Although he did, I don't know what the equivalent of the Australian Super Bowl is, the Aussie League thing, Aussie Rules, is that what it's called? They have like a big final, and I think like there's 100,000 people at a stadium.
Fuck me.
And it's huge.
Like their Super Bowl, is it?
Yeah. Like I just said that.
Did you?
Yeah. Like verbatim, their equivalent to the Super Bowl. Like 12 seconds before you said it.
Right, sorry.
And you could almost say this thing is like their Super Bowl. And he goes on at he's the halftime show. Unbelievable.
Really?
Because so it was funny because he did like all the hits, and then he contractually, I think, had to do like a new song, and it got nothing. And at the start, he went, "I've got to do a new song now," and he did it, put nothing into it, and then he went, "Well, we'll just get back to the hits." Everyone's like,
let's just do fucking rock DJ at times.
He tried to do a Vegas residency. I think he tried to be like a Vegas guy, you know, because that's cushy if you can get it.
Yeah.
And he put on a couple of shows, and there was footage from it, and it just looked sad.
Do you know who's doing one up at the minute? We shouldn't talk about it. Sting, anyway.
Is he?
He's doing. You can sit on the stage for $2,000. I'm considering that shit. Now that the mortgage,
you can sit with a bucket and catch Ciaran's boat for 50 quid in the portico.
There's a vestibule.
But Sting's not who I want. I don't want to see Sting in Vegas. No. Yeah, I'd love a Sting concert, but not in Vegas. At Vegas, I want more of a. I want to see Bruno Mars in Vegas.
Yeah. I know.
I want to see a showman.
I know what you mean when you say Bruno, right? But do you know that I'm actually like a big Bruno Mars fan? Like,
for some reason, I thought you were going to say related to him. I don't know if you are. You're a big Bruno Mars fan?
I fully love Bruno.
He's unbelievable.
See, whenever...
again, he's undeniable.
He is undeniable. See, whenever... Like, I'll say this, though.
Yes.
Do you know the only thing I don't love? See the song Locked Out of Heaven? It sounds exactly
Sting.
like Message in a Bottle, but anyway.
Yep.
Yeah, I like a bit of Bruno. Do you know what I was just thinking of, though? Another one of those songs that's out at the minute that I wish I didn't love, but I do love, is that new Sam Smith. That is a banger. That fucking...
Can I say? Not a great advertisement for the song.
I don't know what any of the words are. Oh. Great. It's a great mode of melody. Like it's like... It's the same mode that...
It doesn't... just the way you're doing it, doesn't...
It goes... Unholy. Anyway, I know what it's about. I know what the song's about.
Right, what is it about?
About a guy who is married with kids, but, you know, flat out in the bathhouses, as it were. That's what it's about. It's a banger. Like.
Now, what's unholy about that?
Ask Sam. It's an absolute banger.
You think he's having a good time?
They're
having a good time.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, bangers.
I think it looked like
every album has bangers.
Well, they brought out some brilliant albums, and then it seemed like at the start of lockdown they cooked the goose a bit, and they weren't having a good time.
What about the song "My Diamonds Stay With You"? Banger.
Don't know it.
Why do I know more pop music than you? You're a wee pop boy.
Sorry.
Why do I know these songs and you don't know them?
No, it's just, let's rewind a bit. You referred to me as a wee pop boy.
You're a wee boy that would like to listen to pop music. I picture you listening to the radio in the car.
Like on a Sunday night.
Radio 1?
No, I don't listen to Radio 1.
No? What do you listen to if you're listening to the radio? I listen
Talk
to
Sport.
FM.
I listen to
Talk
Mellow Magic. I listen to Gold.
See, Magic. I think Magic have only about 12 songs.
Oh, see Spandau Ballet, Across the Barricades.
They do love that.
Is that about Belfast?
I don't know, but I know.
And we made our love on wasteland through the barricades.
But I know what this is.
It does sound like it would be about here, doesn't it?
Yeah,
like a wee love story through the barricades.
They came here.
Sounds a bit like a glory hole.
They came here in 2009.
You think it's about two guys on opposite? Like he's in a loyalist paramilitary, he's in a Republican paramilitary, but somehow they make it work.
They're both somehow in toilets on Glenshane Pass.
No. It's they've a bit like the Shawshank Redemption. They've carved a glory hole in the peace line.
One's like climbing up the other one's tunnel. Is that what you mean?
No, it's just a glory hole on the piece. Let me
Oh,
pick
right,
the
sorry,
picture.
okay, right.
And one guy
Through
will
the back.
through
Physically
putting his willy
through the barricade.
through the barrack, and the other
Yeah.
guy's sucking it off on the other side.
Yeah.
That could we make a film about that?
You could make a short, I think.
Right.
What
Called
was it?
Sucky or La.
That's fucking sensational.
It
for me,
works.
look.
And the good thing about that is it wouldn't cause controversy.
That is sensational.
No one would get offended, but I don't think
you
anybody
can't-
would get
if
offended.
you
by
offend,
that.
if you offend both sides, Shane, you're doing something right.
Yeah.
Want to see Jokers? Go to Stormont. See that banter. Oh my god.
Unfortunately, those guys and that humour is dying out, and you think you hate it, but you don't, because there's something that warms your heart about here. It's like those songs. You like exactly that thing about Stormont. I've said it before. You post a photo from Stormont. You're out for a walk. It's beautiful. The sun. Always. Oh, you should do a better job up there anyway. Someone walking their dog. That dog would do a better job up there. It revolves around Stormont. It's said in that tone, and you're always like, but there's something in your heart that loves that.
If you weren't getting it, you'd miss it.
Yeah.
See pop music go at the minute, right?
Yeah.
There's some very interesting shit happening. There's some interesting shit I find.
I honestly, I know people think, oh, you're trying to be cool when you say, oh, yeah, I don't know modern music. I swear I don't really know a lot of it. I only know the stuff I go and search for. I like BTS.
Chloe keeps me current, I think. She listens to a lot of this stuff, as well as, like, she listens to metal and all as well. But see, like, she's a big Linkin Park fan. But see Ariana Grande, mate, bangers.
She's doing interesting stuff.
Just bangers.
Yeah.
Demi Lovato's new album is, like, all pop punk, you know?
Do you know what's a great song about
Pop punk?
by who's the person you just mentioned?
Demi Lovato?
No, before Ariana Grande.
Ariana Grande.
I got one less problem without you. I got one less.
Do you know what's a banger she has?
Iggy Azalea. She was brilliant for a while.
Did you ever hear her
Belly
song?
girls giving blowjobs for Louboutin. What you call that? Head over heels. Ha.
What about Ariana?
Iconic.
Thanks for that. Positions by Ariana Grande.
Don't know.
Switching my positions for
And what's that
you.
about?
There's a line in it where she goes, and I think it sums up what the song is. Boy, I'm trying to meet your mama on a Sunday and make a lot of love on a Monday. So she's trying to be all prim and proper on a Sunday and then getting the whole buck.
And Monday, that's not an ideal day for that.
It's not. I mean, well, you can buck the Monday blues away, like, do you know what I mean? But a lot of us have got work on, like. What about trying to think who else I've been listening to of late? Red Hot Chili Peppers' new album. Have you heard any of it? It's very exciting.
Is he maybe? There's talk I'm hearing that like.
Don't you disparage. What are you?
But
about
he
to
wrote
say?
something in his book, didn't he? That,
He did.
you know.
A bit grim, like.
Yeah.
A couple of grim things in that book.
Why did he
A
read it?
lot of drugs in that book.
Now, do you know who's someone I really like? And I don't know if you'll have heard of this guy. And I've reached out, but he hasn't reciprocated. Sometimes if I see an up and coming artist, I like to help guide them. Sometimes I'll send him a message. Love your stuff. Now, I don't expect anything back. Maybe, yeah, thank you. Moncrief.
Haven't heard Moncrief.
Singer-songwriter
yeah.
from down south. Think he's maybe from Dublin. Although that's kind of... With anyone from down south, you presume they're from Dublin.
Is that
And you go,
actually...
what, Longford?
Is that actually Moncrief's name, or is it...
I don't know. I
Is
just
it
know he
ca-
goes
it's a-
by Moncrief.
It's a character in The Importance of Being Earnest, Algernon Moncrief.
Ciaran, shut up. This guy is amazing.
Right?
He's probably about... I'd say he's about our age.
Right.
I'm guessing. And he's got style. He's got purple hair, shaved head, dyed purple kind of.
Usually means
He wears earrings with a wee
happiness, do you know what
cross.
I mean? Deep happiness inside you when you have hair like that.
Right. He has a song called Warm.
Right?
And it is beautiful. And he's kind of like, he's bubbling up. He's been at it. I keep an eye on him, you know. He's been at it, and he's doing bigger shows. He's doing the Olympia in Dublin. I think he's doing Ulster. No, he was doing Ulster Sports Club here, and now he's doing the Limelight.
Right?
And I'm going to go see it. And I sent him, I'm buy a ticket, and I sent him a message and said, saw you at Electric Picnic by
How
chance.
else would you go if you weren't going to buy a ticket?
Huh?
How else would you go if you weren't buying a ticket?
Please, sir, may I have some tickets? But Yeah, I'm gonna go see it, and I think he's
Good.
brilliant, and I think you'd kind of
I must check it out.
you'd like it.
I
It's
must check it out.
beautiful pop music, ballads, really
Ballads.
good. Moncrief.
I like a wee ballad from time to time. I'm listening to a lot of upbeat music recently though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but listening to like a lot of the Police and also like the new Chile stuff. I started into that yesterday. Intriguing. Watched them on the Rogan podcast.
I like
Weird guy, like.
Anthony Kiedis.
Yeah, just a wee bit like hippie-ish, but like very like don't know, like hippie-ish and a sort of like, you know, talked a lot about meditation and things and all that sort of stuff, spiritual stuff. And I'm going,
Fuck that.
I'm going here.
Fuck that.
Talk to me
I've
about.
been meditating up in Stormont for a few years. I think I've fallen asleep. Here's the thing. I don't doubt meditation's brilliant for you, and I know it works for a lot of people. I just think I still have that thing of being from here and that like natural embarrassment that I would just be so worried that like I'd be meditating and an Amazon guy would come to deliver a package, see me meditating, and then I could never leave the house ever again.
Just be scundered. It's a
You're like, what are you at?
It's a scundering
actually
thing to be doing, I think. Like,
And the funny thing about that is, we think, oh my god, it's a little bit embarrassing, but it probably would improve your head.
well, here's a question. Like, see when you go for a shit, do you ever just sit there for a wee bit?
No,
For like-
and this is a thing we've talked about before. The time that I spend doing that and you spend doing that, you could watch a football match in between.
No, the actual time that I spent shitting, very short amount of time.
But I think it's weird that you're just hanging about.
I'll sit there for a wee minute on my phone. I think a lot of people do this. I'm not the only one that does
yeah,
it.
maybe I'll do that, but it's like
That's what I mean. I'm not
it's
sitting
in and
there for an
out.
hour. I'm like, I'm not going to be in there for an hour. I'll be in there for
35 minutes you're there.
like 20 sometimes, 10 or 20.
I just want to get out.
Get a wee nappy rush sometimes.
I thought you said nap, and I was like, is there anything sadder than
you know-
an Amazon delivery guy seeing you asleep on your toilet?
Oh God, no. Do you know what's good though? Well, do you shit with the door open? Is it weird?
No, because I'm not a child.
I shit with the door open now.
You
What?
say finished.
I shit with the door open now because I think whenever I was living at home, there were so many people there. You always had to like close the door and lock it.
No, you
But
should
there's
do
only
that
two of us.
anyway,
There's only
mate.
two of us.
I think the locking in your own house is a bit weird. Oh, not maybe if
We would have
people.
had to though because there were so many people there. Like,
Right.
unless you want like your brother or your dad walking in, you taking a shit, you're locking the door. Like,
Let me ask you this: when we haven't, because we haven't seen each other in a few weeks, maybe a month or so. When was the last time you got proper annoyed?
properly annoyed.
Yeah, like you're talking about the traffic.
Gave a finger to a stranger this morning on the road, like. But I mean, they cut me up. Do you know what they were driving? A rental van, which really, I'm like, I'm not here to be experimented on with maybe the first time you've driven a vehicle of this size, cunt.
Right.
You shouldn't be allowed to rent a box van unless you've got, it's too big.
Right.
They didn't indicate and they fucking cut me up coming on the M3 and I know and
Did they see you gave the one finger or two?
I just that. I definitely went, cunt! Like that now.
Was it
I
for
know
them to
that I
see
should,
or just as just to
I hope
express
he saw it in the wing mirror. Now, what I would say is, I've been trying hard, and I was annoyed at myself then for doing that, because I've been trying hard to be like above it and going like, I forgive
And
you.
you think meditation bullshit, right?
I forgive you for this is something that I'm trying to get to, because if you forgive them, then you don't have to scream. But sometimes, like, I mean, that guy.
Kieran, you're gonna do murders because
I won't.
If you forgive them, you don't have to scream.
No, do you know what I mean? Like if you just go, I
You're
forgive
Dahmer,
you.
bruh.
What?
You're Dahmer, bro.
Nah, I don't want to eat anybody. Like that wouldn't be for me. If someone told me it tasted like bacon, though. Yeah.
I don't know about this Dahmer guy. And see, like everyone, have you seen it? Have you seen it? I know what the subject matter is, so I wouldn't like to watch it.
They're
I
doing a
don't
lot of
like
this.
watching certain things.
They're doing
See,
a lot
like,
of these at the minute. Don't
See a
want
lot of
to.
ITV dramas. The subject is so grim.
Do you know
I
what it
don't
is
wanna
though?
watch it.
I would rather watch something fictional than something that I already have seen documentary about or I know what happened.
Right.
Like dramas that are about stuff that happened a year ago. I'm like, I mean, they've literally made a Boris Johnson drama of the pandemic. I'm like, see if this doesn't make him look like an anyway.
You
I
forgive
him.
You forgive Boris.
I forgive it. No. I'll forgive myself for bringing it up. Yeah, those dramas that are about recent events, unless it's something that needs to be picked apart, I'm like, I mean, do you need to pick apart like a fucking somebody to pick people apart? Like, I mean, I literally know what he did.
Right.
I don't need to see a character deep dive there.
You think he's going to get back in? They're talking about it?
Jeffrey Dahmer,
No.
Boris Johnson.
That would shake up Downing Street.
I know, yeah. Just
Is he dead?
Prime
Is
Minister
Dahmer
has
dead?
eaten the Chancellor.
Is
What?
Dahmer dead?
I don't know. Is he? I think is he not in jail? I thought he's in jail.
Let's find out. No, what? Sorry, I had a stroke. Yeah, Boris.
We flame on your forehead.
Imagine if within the next year or whenever the American election is, imagine if Boris is back in and Trump is back in.
No.
Hey, stranger things will happen.
I know, but don't scald the world. Like that would be awful. That would be awful. It's them two being in power at one time has fucked everything.
Right.
It's just not good. It's not good for the world.
Yep.
Can you believe that two people can wield that much shit?
Would you?
They're not. They don't even wield it. They're just the front face. This is where I'm gonna sound tinfoil hatish, but like, you just.
She's an American comedian.
Yeah, he's an Irish.
That's 10 out of 10. That's fucking 10 out of 10. One person in the room respected it. That's 10 out of 10.
I was gonna say it sounds like an Irish conspiracy theorist, but
Nah, mine was better.
it was. But yeah, Dick, I would be bad. I would be so bad. He's talking about it's the way people are getting on. Like how like what is the attention span where people can't remember 3 months ago when everyone hated him? 3 months ago, everyone was going, fuck this guy. His own front benchers were going, fuck this guy. Do you remember they all started resigning? Exactly 3 months ago.
No, I didn't know.
But that's what happened. Everyone, his own cabinet, were all going, no confidence in this guy. He's unfit for office. He's a disgrace. And now it's like, Boris is riding back in on the horse to Downing Street. I'm like, well, hope him and the horse fucking die before they get there. It would be terrible. It would be catastrophic. General
Fly
election.
on the horse?
Well, the horse helps him. Do you know what I mean?
He'd come in on a wee Boris. He'd come back in a wee Boris bike.
Do you know what I can see him coming back on? Do you ever see in Chitty? This is niche, by the way. Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. You know, Baron Bombburst, and he has the horse, but it's like every time he sits up on it, it goes forward a wee bit. It's like a wee
Mike,
horse.
Isolate Ciaran doing that, pretend he's on a thing, put some like a huge beat over it, and just loop him doing this. Yeah, that's Sam Smith's song. And send it to them.
And galloping to the bathhouse.
They'll love that. Let me ask you: when the tour finished, you were a little bit sick during it. You packed a load of shows in, one of the busiest. And we talked about it on podcast before, from taking a long sabbatical, like a break from stand up, to get the dipping your toe back into now. Like, you're one of the most prolific acts on the scene now. You know, like, you're gigging all the time, not just tour, you're doing the clubs, all that, and I love that. I love to see that. But when the tour was over, did you do any any pampering? Did you do anything to treat yourself? Look at that little smile.
I haven't yet, but I'm
so
down to.
cute.
I'm down to. So when the second Ulster Hall happens, so 26th of November, there's a 2-week break, and I'm going on honeymoon. I haven't had a honeymoon yet, so 2 weeks. I don't even know where we're going yet. I haven't booked it, but it's happening.
Like, let me help you with this, right? So where are you consider? Is it going to be
considering like Tenerife or somewhere like that, Lanzarote, somewhere warm?
Here,
What?
you have me at Tenerife.
Yeah.
Place Las Americas. How long do you want to do? You want to do a week?
It's probably going to be like 12 days.
You want to do 12 days?
Something like that. Yeah.
Please let me sort this for you. Like, not pay for it. Let me take care of this and go, like, you need to be I already know where you should be staying. There's a little place, right? Because everyone knows I love Place Las Americas.
If you can recommend some sort
Ciaran,
of resort,
me and my dad,
some sort of all-inclusive deal, you do
up
that
until a
for
couple
me.
of years ago, me and my dad went Tenerife every year, right? And people always thought like we were a couple. Like, in the last few years, we had to stop because people thought I think we were a couple, right? But my logic was, this is so bad. I was like, people probably think because he's like a tanned, old, wee, silver-haired guy, and I'm a cute boy, people probably think like he's bought me. And I used to go, but I know what we'll do when we're out in public. I'll just wear a football top, and people they go, "Oh no, that's probably his son." Does that make sense?
Yeah. it does.
So, one time my dad goes, "We're going to Tenerife," and I was like, "Oh great," like because I would sort my own flight or whatever it was. What are you? He's like, "Nah, it's free." I was like, "Oh cheers." He's like, "No, the trip is free." Like, what do you mean? Dad goes, "It's a timeshare thing." My dad got a holiday to go over and see. He had to go and look around like this apartment block
That's good.
to be interested in buying a timeshare. They flew you over, put you up and that kind of thing. Now he had no intention of going, and I mugged him because as soon as I got there, he's like, "Right, this thing's at 4 o'clock." I was like, "I'm absolutely not going." Like I'm not. I didn't sign up for this. I'm not going. You go. And my dad said he was like showing around these like like palatial apartments, and he had to be like, "Oh yeah, definitely. No, I'll have a think about it." And they are mental
Right.
at trying to like persuade you to
buy one.
go and all this kind of thing. But he was never ever going to buy one.
Yeah.
So we went, and the hotel they put us up at. So Las Americas is like a strip, like the main bit of it. Classic thing. You've got the beach, then you've got like your bars and restaurants, and then your hotel slightly after that.
Right.
Everything's walking distance. I love it. Plus, it's warm all year round. They're on Lanzarote, but Lanzarote, said it before in the podcast, said it again. Sorry if there's any Lanzaroteans listening. Shit.
Is it shit?
Me and Michael Conlon were talking about it. Shit.
Is it shit?
It's windy all the
I
time.
don't like wind.
There's not a lot on it, right? But Tenerife, it's all going on. Las Americas.
Tenerife.
But see this hotel, it's slightly up on the hills a little bit. Now you'd be taxiing it in and out, but that
Don't walk hills. Like.
you don't do hills.
No.
So this is in this place, stunning. There's a little supermarket, like a little shopping centre near it where you could dander down to, and it's got bars and restaurants. The place is unreal. I want you and Chloe to go there.
Recommend me, Shane.
When are you thinking?
Late November.
Late November. Hold on, let me get my phone.
Are we booking this live?
Yeah. Well, I'll get you a price. So let me see. So let me get booking up right. So do you have like specific dates?
Like, so maybe like the 27th of November or the 20th. 20th. Go on a Monday.
Right. Well, I don't know if I can get you flights in, mate.
See when the flights are.
Right. Hold on. Let me get you Sky. People love this, right? So
It's great. We are giving
Skyscanner.
all my personal details. Of
Skyscanner.
when I'm going to be away. My house is going to get burned.
Right. I presume you want to fly direct and you want to fly from Belfast. Are you
Yeah.
willing to do a Dublin?
No. No, give me
Okay.
Belfast. Belfast, you can fly
Mate.
from Belfast.
If you can't, I'm gonna get. Don't worry. Right.
I would consider it Dublin, but I'd rather go from Belfast.
Now, why is it? No. Why would it do that? Okay. November. What was the date?
27th or 20th, yeah.
28th. I can get you there on a Monday. Okay.
Right.
And you want to go for
Say that full week and then be back maybe by like the following Friday or something like that.
Monday to Friday. Perfect.
Like the following Friday though, do you know?
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah. Okay. Right. Your flights are going to work out at about £170 each. That's good. That's all right.
That's very cheap.
Now that's with Jet 2. Now I have you going at 8:40 in the morning. I know you don't like that,
Don't like that.
but it's quite a long flight. Get you there at 1:20. You have a day.
You have a day. You get the good of the day.
You get the good of the day. Plus that's the only time flights are because you're out of. You're right. So I should be a travel agent, right? So Tenerife. Now because you have worked your ass off, you've been booking all that kind of thing. What was it? 21st, 20th?
No, 21st to like the
28th.
no 28th until
28th to the 9th.
Yeah,
Okay. So
So if you are
28th.
thinking about burgling me and you know where I live, you know, those would be the dates.
okay. Well, now, I don't want to be presumptuous. I know it is your honeymoon, but will be one room I'm booking for?
Yeah. Yeah.
2 adults?
But,
You think are you bringing anyone else
two
in?
beds?
Now I'm going to filters here, and Ciaran, see, because you've worked hard,
Yeah.
I'm doing 5-star.
Do 5-star, yeah. Yeah, fuck it. I like
28 matching properties. Here we go. Now
that. Can you do all inclusive? I've never done that before. Is it not good?
it's okay, but I don't think you want to be tied there for every meal. I think what you might like to do is half board. Your breakfast sorted. You have the option at dinner. Don't have to use it.
Right, okay.
Okay, I'm more excited about this than you are. Now, here we go. Yeah, you could do Costa Dehi. Or
Costa a decade.
Costa Ardeki, yeah. Well, that's $5,000.
Well,
I could get you a place, 5-star, in a good spot for, and this is breakfast included, £900. Now, with today's prices and the cost of living, that's unbelievable.
can you send me this deal?
Yes, or now here's what I like to do, right? I like to tell you that, and you know those property shows where I go, now look, this is in your budget. I know you told me your budget, but
This is the one that's 10% above your budget. Yeah,
I've got one.
my budget's alright for this.
I've got one
this holiday.
for $10.90, and it is stunning. Beautiful pool. What amenities? Like, what is there anything important to you? Like, is there anything you're like, oh, don't
There's nothing that I don't. There's no. I mean,
get ready for the title of this place? Iberostar Heritage Grand Mency.
I like that.
Heritage.
Iberostar. I've seen their
Grand.
name. Yeah.
Right. So I over lunch, we're gonna have lunch now.
Yeah.
Let me walk you through this, and we'll get this booked. I love
Oh,
that.
yeah.
I'm coming, by the way. It's 1 room, 3 adults.
Here, do you know?
And
that,
weirdly, I'd make Chloe sleep on the sofa.
Do you know that that's what we did when we were on tour? In a lot of those places. was
Hold on.
We get family rooms.
You, Chloe, and William.
Weird. Do you know what though?
Weird.
Is this weird?
Yeah.
Think about this. Think
Yeah.
about this, right? Think about this. You're on tour, you and your good lady.
Yeah.
You can take one comedian who's gonna be in the room with you. Tell the truth. Who is it?
Well,
'Cause for
William's
me,
up there.
I think it's William or McCann. I think anyone else, I'm going. People that are more my age, I'm going. Nah, you be on your own. Is that weird?
I think Dave. I
Fair
know
enough,
people
but you and
think
Dave are
Dave
like-
is probably a very weird. He is, but he's
But you
not.
and Dave
like,
are very close, like so. Yeah. that
yeah,
makes
not
sense.
not that close. That there'd be anything.
So you're
weird.
gonna have a double bed, obviously, and then this person has a single. As if this person is your child. That's basically the way it works.
Yeah, probably. I would probably go with Dave.
I think
William would be
William or
fine.
McCann would be my choices there.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that weird?
Yeah. It's weird that you did it.
It's
It's a weird hypothetical, and it's weird that that's
now,
reality.
I have money to spend on a real room in Tenerife, though. Do you know what I mean? Because I wasn't spending it on William having his own room in fucking Carlisle. Do you know what I mean?
I did, like, in some of the, when I was away in the States, like, I was sharing rooms.
Yeah, but like it's dead on. Like, is it
It's
not?
fine.
I do snore though. We did give William earplugs. Every
As long as
night.
they're the only plugs you give.
I know.
He's still got it in.
Unbelievable.
I love that. And I'm never touring with you. All right, man, here's your room. Here's me and my wife sleeping. Oh, weird.
What are you gonna do? It's all to keep the cost of it down. It was dear, like.
Oh, no.
No.
I know as soon as, like, the first night, middle of the night, as soon as the lights go out, William's just trying to get asleep, and all I hear from you is your bed cold?
To be fair, it was only in 2 nights because he wasn't there on the.
I
first
picture
night.
you snoring. How mad is this? I picture you snoring, lying on your back, Chloe in here, William in here, and you just bringing them in because the window doesn't close, and you're just keeping them in for warmth.
Actually, it
And
was.
they're
If
they're
in fairness,
they're
sorry,
suckling on you.
it was 3 nights because it was Glasgow, Carlisle, and London, and
You wanna come stay with me and my wife? Glasgow, Carlisle, London.
the one in Carlisle. Him and Chloe are both sleeping because they had earplugs, but I don't like having earplugs because I fear that I won't hear somebody like breaking in. So I heard everything, and so grim, like the fighting all out in the street, so bleak, like.
Yeah, I need to book your tour also. But Tenerife is going to be a beautiful time. You'll love it.
It'll
It's
be warm.
amazing.
It'll be warm, like.
It's going to be warm, but it's not going to be
It's not gonna be hot.
cripplingly warm.
Yeah.
You'll love it.
20s.
Plus,
20s.
See, oh yeah. See that volcanic sand on your feet? Oh, that's a wee bit burny, but nice.
Right.
You go, what's a wee bit? And then you'll go, that's a wee bit burny. But you like it.
Do you know that sometimes whenever I'm getting into the sea here, it takes me.
When do
ages.
you?
If I'm getting into the sea, like Port Stewart would be my beach of choice here.
Regularly.
I I didn't do it this year, but up until this year, I've been in at least probably once a year in my life, I would say.
That's not loads.
What?
You're like, you know what? I'm always sea swimming like once a year.
No, but like
You've done it like
no,
35
I don't go sea swimming. I just go into the water. Like I just go in and shake it off, like, and then get back in, back out. Sorry, but like yeah, like poor Stuart. But yeah, it's sort of like see the amount of time, and I mean even on a relatively warm day, the amount of time. I don't know what it is. See when the water hits my ankles, like I'm in like I can't stand type of pain.
It'll not be like that out there.
No, it really hurts me. It takes me ages to acclimatise.
But out there, lie in the sun, wait till you can hack it, and then get into the water.
Good. Sounds like a good time.
It'll be a great time.
Food and all's okay out there,
mate.
Seafood? Do they do seafood?
Beside the sea in Tenerife.
Well, they fucking
do
better.
they on that Spanish island?
I've never been to
do
one.
they do? No, that's a great business idea. Somewhere should open there and do seafood. Although it'd be really hard to catch fish
You're such
when
a
it's
dick.
5 feet away from the sea.
I wonder if
Yeah, mate. There's seafood.
do they have English speaking?
It's only
gigs?
toasties.
Do they have English speaking gigs?
No. I'd say that someone would go, yeah, mate, you could do a turn, and you could get
you
up
just
and do
die
a
in
bit,
your
but
hole.
don't.
I wouldn't want to do comedy. I would want to lift.
There's
the
a
guitar.
Hard Rock Cafe, and you can have cocktails on the roof. And me and Dave did it once whenever we were for Aaron Butler's birthday, and then we didn't spend any time with Aaron Butler. They were like, oh, we want, and we're like, haha, cool. And then me and Dave went up to the Hard Rock roof, and we had pineapple daiquiris, and it was beautiful.
A great time.
So it's gonna be really nice. I'm happy that you're doing that.
Thanks for helping me book it, Shane.
Congratulations on your first tour.
Congratulations on your US tour.
Thank you. Are you going to be touring every year?
Yeah,
If
but
God wills it.
So if God willing, knock on MDF, I think that because I think next year though, gonna be announcing something if it isn't already announced.
What is it?
A big show, and
Where?
I want to.
Where?
In maybe the same place that you might be doing a podcast.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Titanic Dry Dog?
Yeah, we're gonna do it. Yeah, it's Contained. Do you remember Contained?
Yeah.
No. So gonna be announcing.
Oh, I see what you did there.
And sorry, it was such an odyssey to get there, but yeah, I think that
Oh, Odyssey. Yeah. Oh, right, in Belfast. Oh, it's called the SSE now. That's what you're doing at SSE.
But yeah, I think the tour. I might do the wee tour. If I'm doing a wee tour, it might be after that.
Okay.
Although it has helped me this year, I'll say this.
Absolutely, don't do it after.
Touring leading up to
Absolutely,
it really helps the show.
That's like seafood restaurants in Tenerife. Of course.
But other people are doing tours after their big show.
What are you going to do? You're going to build your tour up to fucking... You're going to build it all up to do... I can't name a venue because I'll be sly. All roads lead to the big one, ideally. I do it the wrong way around too. It's sometimes just not possible to do it. But ideally, yeah, you do it all and build up to the...
See, you did a lot of work in progress. Like more than I did. I know I did one. So I wouldn't
say I did a lot. I did 3.
I know, that's what I mean. No,
but you wouldn't say 3 is a...
It's 3 times as many as I did. That's what I would say. So I didn't do any, really. I only did
2
one.
times as much as you did. If I did 1, you did 3. No, I did 3, you did 1.
Yeah, it's 3 times. 3 times 1 is 3. Maths, like...
3 times 0 is 3, my friend.
3 times 0 is 0. If I gave you 0 3
3
times, you would have 0.
Yeah, but if I gave you 3 times 0, I've still given you 3 times.
If I gave you nothing 3 times, you would have nothing.
Yeah, but you give me 3.
Oh my god, is this real? Is this real? I know, let's go to Jackson.
Yeah. Well done on your tour. I love you. It's great to have you on.
I love
it's great
you.
to connect with you again. Your hair looks really sharp, nice length,
Thanks.
nice cut.
Gonna get this just slightly trimmed today.
Okay.
For tonight's live podcast.
Okay. Have a good one at that. Thank you to everybody for watching, listening. Appreciate the support on the tour whenever I was away. A lot of people who listen to the podcast came to shows in America. Appreciate that. Thanks Dan and Mike. You, everybody that kept the ship going while the captain was away at sea.
No
See you
problem.
next time.
Cheers.
Patreon.com/TVMe podcast. What's wrong? Okay. Definitely not when they're doing this. Guys, thank you very much. See you later.
Cheers, mate.